We are live. Welcome to Juhl Media. This is the live interview program, which has been going on for 3 years. Today, my special guest is Emily Dinova. Let's welcome Emily. Hi, Emily.
Hey, Ching, how are you?
I'm good. Thank you. How are you?
I'm well. Thank you so much for having me.
Of course. Thanks for coming and tell us a little bit about where you are physically.
Physically, I am in Hoboken, New Jersey, my home for the last 11 years. So just across the river from you.
Yay, I can swim over.
Please do.
Yeah. So great. So great to have you. And I met you because you are a filmmaker. Your film is going to be shown at the socially relevant film festival, which opens next week. So tell us a little bit about your film, please.
Sure. Yes, I'm very excited for the upcoming festival, especially having the film show screen again in New York City, where most of it was shot. Transit in New York City Fairytale is a love story about a cis man and a trans woman who fall in love and the magic that they experience in our beautiful city of New York. It is a story of love, acceptance, identity, connection, more love, and it's a beautiful little piece. I'm very proud of it and honored that I had the ability to direct it.
Yeah, thank you. That's beautiful. I had a privilege of viewing it, and it's so well done. The story is great and really had a beginning, middle, and end, and has this arc. Have conflict in the middle, and not once, maybe more than once. And the acting was great. Yeah, the music is really, really appropriate. And yeah, of course, as a director, you this is your debut, right? As a director. So tell us a little bit of what a director do in filmmaking.
The guys lose their minds. Yeah, I'm familiar to the theater world of directing. I've directed quite a few shows in theatrically, but film is obviously a completely different beast, and I really wanted to challenge myself. I'm not a technical director in terms of knowing all of the mechanics of how everything goes down, but I do pride myself on my ability to bring people together and create a cohesive environment, especially on set. So that was the thing that I really tried to bring. I got very lucky with my experience. I hired really good people, and they really are the backbone of this film. Everybody from every crew member and every cast member just brought it 100%. And as because of that, they made my job very easy as the director. I basically, paced and stressed and tried to remain organized and get used to being in charge, which is not something that I typically enjoy doing.
Yeah, thank you. Tell us a little bit about you as a writer, and you write script and you write novel. Tell us about that.
Sure. So I've been writing for since I was a kid. I've always been fascinated with storytelling, and as I got older, that really turned into how can I make a difference? How can I help people? How can I say something with a story? So for me, it's always been a very cathartic process. It's always been a way for me to express myself, but also connect with other people. So I did my double master's in stage and screenwriting in London, and I got really into especially theater writing. And when I returned to this area, I really pursued that more. And then I kind of bled over into film, started getting more comfortable with that. Film has always been a little bit terrifying for me. And but my true passion is long form prose writing. I write everything from poetry to short stories, but novel writing is just losing yourself in that world and being able to create a place to lose yourself in, like any, story, is very cathartic, and hopefully, gratifying in the sense that it reaches other people and people can connect to the work and relate. And I think that's what the human experience is about. So that's all I'm really trying to do here.
Now, you were you born in East Coast, right?
Yes, I was born and raised in Connecticut, right outside of Waterbury, and I moved to. I spent some time in Manhattan and moved around the New York area, and then I was abroad for a bit. But I relocated to Hoboken 11 years ago, and I thought, oh, I'll spend a couple years here, and yeah, I'm still here. I enjoy that I'm outside of the city, but close enough. It's able to. It's a little bit more relaxed. So as I get
Yeah.
older, I appreciate that.
Yeah, Hoboken's beautiful. Uh, in our audience, Shark Tech, and Shark Tech lives near Hoboken, I believe. Yeah.
Amazing.
Hi, Shark I want to see more. Isn't that funny? Want to see more? I want to see more. Yeah, that's CJ. They're all fans of this program. Thank you so much for being here. I see a lot of people are listening. They're just not appearing. So you're welcome to write on the chat, and you can ask Emily questions, and yeah, and be part of it. Now, tell me a little bit about your upbringing. When someone is so artistic and in the writing world or musician, you also are a singer. You're opera singer. So do you have a very musical family?
I do. My mother's father could basically pick up any instrument and play it. And my family, my father plays guitar. My family has always been musically and sort of artistically inclined. But the most important thing about that is that they have always supported my artistic endeavors and my creativity, and really, allowed me to flourish in that sense. So I grew up playing piano, actually, and my piano teacher told my mom when I was about 8 that I had good pitch, and that I should, consider singing. So I started singing, and then I never stopped singing, and I got that was an entry for me into musical theater, which eventually became more theater. But I also studied classical vocal performance in school, and when it came down to, well, which career path are you thinking you might want to do, the musical theater or the opera? My response was, well, which one is more difficult? Because that's the one I want to do. So that's actually how I ended up studying and training in opera. But it has served me in so many ways. I appreciate that background coming from it. It's trained me physically, and it's allowed me a lot of opportunity, and again, the ability to connect with people. So I never fully shelf my opera, but it is not something that I regularly pursue anymore, at least not at this point in time. But that's subject to change.
That's wonderful. Yeah, I think music uh, is the base for many things, right? Music has math, storytelling, writing, right?
Yeah,
Rhythm.
that's
Yeah,
very true.
history. There's so many history, so much history in music making. So, and of course, the vocal, your instrument is your body, your vocal. So it's a slightly different from, but you need to train your body and train your vocal. So there's so much discipline in it, and I am, yeah, I'm really, yeah, I'm very proud of. I am a musician, and also for my fellow musician, yeah, it's a lot of work, but it's worth it, right? It's worth it. Yeah. But
Totally.
anyway, yeah. So now you went to London to study. Is that because the school is very famous or something? Like,
It's
what
not
specific
particularly
reason?
famous. I liked that it had a double master's. I couldn't decide between, one or the other, stage, screen. And so this program felt like the right one, like for me, that I could do both.
Mm.
So I received a scholarship, which was very helpful in, completing that degree. It was 2 years. It was intensive. But yeah, I've always been inclined to travel. I like to experience new places and people. So, um, I sort of looked to jump at the opportunity to leave the country to go outside and pursue, education somewhere else to see how, that would be. So and for years I was like, oh, when am I going to use this? How am I going to, but it does actually, more so now than ever, is starting to really come in handy and make a big difference in my actual career life, not just my creative life, though they
Yeah,
overlap.
yeah. London is a great city, right? Is it in London? Yeah, London is a great city.
Marble Arch, like North
Oh,
London.
oh, okay, yeah. And also travel, gives you a different perspective of, your, uh, your view of the world, right? Not just the only where you were born or where you stay in your own city. I love traveling. And, did you pick up some, British accent?
Yeah, no, of course.
Can you
Of
can you
course,
say
though my
something?
my English friends would be like, "Oh God."
Can you say something like your film is gonna show at the socially relevant film festival on March the 17th or 16th?
With an English accent?
Yes, yes.
I'm gonna embarrass myself right now. Okay, this March, my film will be premiering at the socially relevant film festival and Cinema Village in near Union Square, New York City. I can't believe you just embarrassed me like that, Ching.
Did you say March 17th? Did you say it? What time? What time?
Noon.
Eastern time.
Eastern,
No,
EST.
no, not Pacific time. Oh, that's wonderful. Yeah, I always love a British accent. Yeah, it makes you very like a little
It's
bit,
warm.
higher hierarchy, more more sophisticated. Yeah, yeah,
Oh gosh.
yeah. It's very very beautiful. Now, yeah, tell us more about you co-founded this production called G&E. What is G&E, please?
G&E Productions is a company my creative partner and I, Greg, who is also the writer, one of the writers and one of the lead actors in Transit. He and I have worked together for upwards of 11 years. And we decided, we were tired of sort of getting cast in the same roles or, not having the leniency to kind of like create our own projects. So we decided to start our company, G&E, which is our names, and we have tried to make one theatrical and one cinematic piece a year. We try to produce. He's a director and a writer and an educator and an actor as well. That's him actually right there on the screen. And so, yeah, so that was really an outlet for us to connect to other people. Our company, as you can see in our mission statement, doesn't limit ourselves to working with one kind of person or one kind of project. We are interested in collaboration on all fronts, whether that's you're a makeup artist, you're a director, you're a writer, you're an actor, anything and everything in between. We're trying to, create a network of people that can help us, that we can help, that we can grow with. And that's kind of our creed. So it's been an absolute pleasure. I could not ask for a better creative partner than Greg. He is incredibly intelligent, incredibly driven, passionate person. There he is. And I would not be half the artist I am without his guidance and and everything else. Yes.
Beautiful. Yeah.
Hmm.
Come down, guys, to see the film Transit, a New York City fairy tale, right?
Yes.
Yeah, he's in the role of the boyfriend, and yeah, it's beautiful. He was kind of in the film. He's a little dorky, you know.
Yeah, he's a little bit awkward, a little unsure of himself.
Dorky. Yeah, that's you.
That's
Oh,
me. Oh gosh. Yeah,
yay!
that's me.
Beautiful,
Thank
beautiful.
you.
Yeah. Do you have any work like videos? You were the actor.
Oh, like, well, I'm in the process of updating my reel, my personal actor reel.
Okay.
But yes, I am. There's a couple of films on here, especially of our company that I'm in, that there's access to. The Museum of Lost Things is one of them.
Mm,
That's actually you can watch for free on our website under our film and theater section.
mhm,
These are more of my personal writing, books,
mm.
prose. This was
Oh,
a web novel that I wrote a couple years back. So
okay.
I just constantly we're constantly trying to produce things, put things out. We also have a short section,
Mm,
garage shorts, which is like a subsidiary of our company that is like no budget, low budget, just kind of
mm,
like little things we've made here and
mm,
there. So whatever we put out, we try to make accessible too, so people can reach us and see if they want to work with us and whatnot. But we are definitely multidisciplined. We identify as Renaissance artists, and in the fact
mm.
that we're just trying to do everything. And at the end of the day, I have no regrets about that.
That's beautiful. Yeah. So tell us a little bit about you're a writer and then you also make film and you do a lot of different things, right?
Yes.
If you have a choice of doing one thing, so-called one thing full time, what would you want to do, or would you like to do, or you prefer to do so many different things?
If I had to choose, I would just wanna be a novelist. Absolutely. Yeah. That would be the best. That's really, really where my passion lies. Because acting is, I love it, and then the rush that I get from it and the enjoyment of connecting to people is so incredible. But there is a sense of safety in writing. I think that you don't have in acting. So that comfortability factor, I think, appeals to me more now, especially now that I'm not, super young and green in New York anymore. I definitely appreciate the more introverted aspects of myself, and the psychological dive that I really take into writing. And not that I don't with acting, but it's just different. Um,
And writing also is more solitary and also more creative, I guess, in a way, right? And no one is controlling what you can write, what you cannot write. And so it's like from your head to the paper and then keep refining it until you're satisfied with it, right? Acting
yeah,
has to do with you are doing somebody else's work,
right.
right? You are accepting somebody else's direction. So it's a
Yeah.
very different media, right?
Very
A
true.
lot
Very
but a lot
true.
of times, very interesting, Emily, did you notice, like I noticed, when we see a movie, we
Mhm.
love that movie, and we'll, like, just name the actors or actress, like, that's why we love it, and we often don't remember who wrote the movie, you know?
Yes. Yes. Like even if you hear a famous author's name, like if you saw them in a grocery store or something, you wouldn't be like, oh, that's James Patterson. At least I wouldn't. Like even as famous as he is, like I wouldn't recognize him in a grocery store. I really don't think I would.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
you know.
So I think the writers needs to be more, getting more visibility or being noticed. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, no, not too much. Not too much.
No, I
I'm
do
kidding.
actually notice now than before. Yeah, I would
Yeah,
when I
no, true.
watch film or when I watch, like, this, TV show. I don't know
Mm,
if you know this TV show. I've been telling our shark fin, tech. It's called This Is Us.
mm.
It's
I have heard of
on
this.
yeah, it's on, Netflix, and it's a series, like a 6, TV series, seasons. Yeah, each season has, like, a 13 episode or something like that. It's really long. The writing is so good, so good.
Mm.
Yeah, check it out if you have time. You may get hooked up and not getting anything done and just watching
That's
it.
my problem. That's why I try to limit myself to the amount of television I watch, because 'cause I'll sit there all day and just, sponge it in. Yeah.
Yeah, but in a way, sometimes it's not a bad thing because when I'm watching movie, I'm not just watching the story. I watch how they use the light, how they do, angle and, the pause, everything. I sort of, in my mentally, I analyze that. So it's
Mhm.
kind of like a study, in a way.
Absolutely. You're always
Yeah.
learning,
Yeah.
if you're whatever you're watching, even if it's something you're not, you don't like, you're like, "Oh, well, I won't do that then."
Yeah. Yeah. So, now the film you did transit, right? And you said 187 funded the
Yeah.
budget funded by by Kickstarter. Tell me a little about that because I'm very afraid of Kickstarter.
Yeah, it was my first experience, with it. Normally, we raise money ourselves, like, on a more, internal level for our projects. But for this project, we really wanted the budget because we wanted to assemble this team and really, make it. We thought the story was so great, and we had such an incredible creative team that we were like, we can't skimp. We gotta go hard with this. So originally, we made our budget $7,500, and that's what we started with Kickstarter. Well, within 3-4 days, we exceeded that amount, and so we decided that we wanted to pledge to every half dollar on the dollar that was pledged after that would be donated to the Gender and Family Project, which is a great organization which is mostly known for helping parents and trans kids through the transitional process and helping them with resources and understanding and kind of like a secure environment. So we thought that was really important work. We really wanted to give back with this film as well. So when we announced that that's what we would be doing, our budget went even higher. So we ended up making the film with $13,500, I believe, which every penny of it went to the film and to the Gender Family Project for helping trans kids
Wow.
through the process. So that's why it was 187% funded because we exceeded the amount that we actually had planned to even make, and people were very supportive and very interested in seeing this film. Like I said, the one of the writers and our lead actress, Puya, she really wanted to tell, that we wanted to tell with her this authentic story. And we just wanted to make sure that we had the voices and we had the story right, and we had all the pieces together, so that we could give the most authentic and the most way to try to connect to this really important subject matter and community.
Right. Right. And if you had a sequel of that or become a longer version, how would you want to develop?
Well, I mean, that was kind of the idea. We were like, well, let's show, distributors or festival goers what we can do with 13, K and 20 minutes, with the hopes that we could extend it into a feature. We would love the opportunity to do that. And I know that the writers would be really excited and down for something like that as well.
Mhm.
The thought of directing a feature film, I'm like, I haven't direct. I needed years to recover from my experience, so maybe now I'll be ready.
So I just typed the date and the time, which is yeah, Transit a New York City Fairy Tale will be screened Sunday, right, March 17th at noon, Cinema Village. And yeah, please come down and to
Yeah, come down.
yeah, to watch. There's no we need to support filmmakers' work, and we need to watch movie in the movie theater. Because watching it on your TV, no matter how big your TV is, it's a TV, right?
It's not the
And then
same.
on your laptop, or sometimes people do it on their cell phone, it does not do the justice, right? The sound is not the same, and environment is not the same, right? You can eat your French fries, and watching your movie at the same time. But in the theater, you probably wouldn't do that, or maybe popcorn. I don't like popcorn. Anyway, yeah.
You
So
don't like
come.
popcorn?
Well, I don't like. I- I'm okay, but I'm not crazy about popcorn.
I understand.
Yeah, but I just think eating popcorn is also distracting.
It
Like,
is.
right? Like
Mhm.
when I go to a movie, if someone sits ahead of me eating popcorn, it just sounds distracting, and then they go reach their box and they put in your mouth. All of these, it's like I don't want to see it.
I
Like, oh,
understand.
anyway,
When
yeah.
you put it like that, I get it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So anyway, yeah, support our filmmaker. Yeah. And now get back to writing, and when you have idea to write, um does this idea come to you uh enough time? How does the process for you to write so-called like if it's a novel or a screenplay? And do you think about that for a while until you start to put the pen on a paper or you do it on your computer? How does that work for you in terms of workflow?
Sure, great question. It really depends on what I'm writing. I personally prefer the pen to paper transfer because it's coming out in a way that I can, just I see it all there. Specifically with screenwriting, with writing screenplays, the structuring, it trips me up when I'm trying to, get it all down. I have to change to dialogue, to character, to whereas if I'm more just, stream of consciousness writing, I find that a little like it doesn't impede my process so much. But I used to be a very reckless person and I would just start writing and say, well, it's going to end up somewhere. And I have learned over the years what a horrible, horrible, horrible that idea is. So I now make sure to outline, especially with novels. I'm currently writing the sequel to my first novel that was published. And when you're building a world, even if that world is somewhat based in reality and you have all the rules and you know what's going on, like writing anything, you never know when a character is just going to decide that they don't want to do that or they are going to go in this direction instead, and you're taking on some other journey. So as much as you have control when writing, sometimes your characters can control you. So for me, outlining and having at least a skeleton of the direction I'm going in is very, very helpful, regardless of if it's a feature, if it's a novel, if it's a theater piece. I tend to work, I have an idea. Sometimes it'll marinate, sometimes I'll just hit it right away. But my process is always to stop when I feel like stopping. I don't push myself. I don't give myself limits. I don't say I have to write this much a day. I don't operate like that. I write what I want to write till I feel it instinctually and then I stop. But when I begin again, I always go back. I always go back because I think that writing is always just a constant editing process as well. So that is also very helpful for me.
Wow. That's a great to know. Yeah. It's it's constant creating creation and then constant correcting it and improve it, right? And
Yes.
yeah, very interesting. Now, in terms of theatrical work, you're in the theatrical world and movie world, and I know when you try to acting, and it's a very different way of expression, right? The theatrical way is much more exaggerated because you want to on stage, you have to let people hearing you, and normally you don't have a microphone, especially in Shakespeare those days. So,
Right.
which way as an actor? Uh, do you prefer?
Oh, that's easy. Theater every day. Um, but that is because the live aspect of it is just there's an energy there that it cannot be replicated on film for me personally. Film acting for me is a very nuanced. Like it's difficult for me. I definitely struggle with it because my face is always moving. I think. um, but I enjoy it, and I definitely like love doing it. But for me, theater, just the whole process of it, it's longer. You spend so much more time, usually, especially in my case. I'm an indie filmmaker, so I'm not sitting on big budgets like months filming together, things like that. So for me, theater is just that collectiveness, that energy all together in that space is something so magical. And the fact that every show is different, you know, even if it's not an improv show, even if it's super scripted, whatever, you're still the audience is always a character, and that their reactions and their feelings and transferences between, you know, all these people moving together is just magical to me. So yeah, theater always.
Yeah, I totally agree. There's nothing can replace a live audience, right? You get how do you say that? Reciprocal. Yeah, the energy, right?
The
You give
immediate
out.
gratification too,
Right,
you
right,
know?
right. That's why part of the reason I like to do this show as live is also because we have a live audience. Yeah, and then people can come to watch us afterwards. But still, that you know somebody is there. You know that's really exciting. Yeah, to me.
Definitely.
Now your film is now in a film festival. You want to tell us a little bit about your film festival experience? Like, if someone have never been in a film festival, what would you tell them? Like, why should they go?
Um, I'm the wrong person to ask, because I usually avoid large, gatherings, events like these.
Mhm.
But no, you should go because it is so important to meet other filmmakers, to support other filmmakers, you know, to see what your fellow collaborators are doing out there, and to support your own work. Like, you know, if you don't believe in your work, if you're not gonna go support your own stuff, then why should anyone else care? So, you know, I think it's a great opportunity. It's a great learning experience. You know, being a part of Q&As, or you know, having even audience members post questions to you about your film might make you think of something that you never necessarily even considered before. I've definitely had that experience. And of course, like, you know, people see your film, and if it resonates with them and it feels like, you know, you've put something out that people understand and connect to, I think it's important to experience that. You know, I think it motivates us as artists to continue to do this crazy thing that we do.
Yeah, well said. Well
Thank
said.
you.
I used to go to a film festival before I had a major feature. I just go. There's a festival called Dark NYC
Mm.
in New York. It's a pretty major documentary film festival. And without knowing I was gonna make a feature, I already went like for like 3 years, you know, buy the whole pass and then go there every day, sit there, and they have like a workshop, you know, say workshop in the morning every day, and in the afternoon you can go see films, you know. So I learned so much and meet so many wonderful people. Yeah. And sometimes when you meet people, right, 4 years ago, and you don't really get immediately sort of a gratification, meaning you get like gig from them or you do whatever. And but the thing is, like 4 years later, you may meet them again in a different situation, and you reconnect, and that's like a very nice feeling. And then you know you get to, I don't know, do something together, you know. So
Yeah.
yeah, I love film festivals. Now, should we play a little bit about? Should we play not a little bit? Should we play the trailer of
Yeah,
the
sure.
New York? Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Let's go. Okay. Screen share. Okay. First of all, I am going to remember. Hold on one second. I'm gonna take. You're gonna put mute on. Okay. I am going to the yeah. Okay. All right. So I need an assistant. Okay.
Tell me,
Who are you?
What makes someone who they are?
Identity is about perception, right?
Aren't we always trying to figure that out? So, who are you?
Okay. That was short. Hold on a second. Can we play it again? Because the audio was a little too soft. Okay? All right. Here we go. Oh, never
I
mind.
don't think this is it.
Yeah, sorry. Back.
Tell me, who are you?
What makes someone who they are?
Identity is about perception, right?
Aren't we always trying to figure that out? So, who are you?
Okay. That's very subtle.
Yes, it's quite the tease.
Yeah. I love the conversation when they're walk her home, that you will see the part just right here right now, but the whole conversation was so, I don't know, what's the word? It it is very philosophical, very
Very.
intellectual, yet y- yet it's like so unpredictable.
Mm.
Yeah. It's like I really love it. Yeah. So,
Yeah, we really tried to play with like John's intellectualization
uh-huh.
and then like Kieran's emotional capacity, and that was kind of like a dichotomy. But even in the music, you can hear it's
Yeah.
like dueling sounds for that scene.
Yeah.
And the whole shot was one steady cam shot, the whole scene. It's
Oh.
my one of my favorites in the film.
Oh, wow. And yeah, I was just thinking, how did you guys shoot? Because they're just walking, and then like how does the camera person go? They'll have to go backwards.
That's
And
exactly what he did.
where are they on? Are they on a vehicle?
No, he walked. He had the steady cam.
Oh, steady cam. Oh, walked. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Make sure
And it started raining right before that, and we were like, no, we had garbage bags everywhere. Oh my gosh. But then it stopped. Got the shot.
Oh, you have echo. Sorry. Let me go. Okay. Let me go fix our audio. Echo. Thank you. Sharkfin. Yeah. Is it yeah, is it good? Yeah. Emily, so tell me more about this, you say one take from walking backwards?
Yeah, from when they turn the corner and they have that whole philosophical conversation about the apples and oranges. That whole scene is one take.
Wow, that's awesome. Now,
Yeah,
what's the
we were proud
process
of
of
that.
yeah, what's the process of adding this music on? When you have someone compose your music, right? And
Mhm.
how does that go for you in this piece? Do you show them the piece after you're done, and then you decide where to have music? Like how does that go?
So because when we decide to work with someone, really we trust them to be a part of the collaboration on a level that is like, here you go, here's what we did, give us what you can do. So our composer Michael Ferrari, he watched the film, he kind of came up with his own thoughts, and we discussed it as a group, Puya, Greg, myself, and Michael. And then he worked on it, and then would bring it back to us, and then we would sit and we'd go through it with the the film, but it was very much a collaborative creation process. We would go to his home, he would play us some things that he came up with overlaying the video. We would say, but can we, can we make it, this is what it's supposed to represent, this is kind of the feeling, this is, and very much the same way that I worked with my crew, I gave them a lot of, visually and metaphorically what I was trying to do thematically, motifs, everything. And then they took that and they translated it into, the film world. And that's sort of how we operate when creating something, because there's so many moving parts, as you know. So for us, it was very much a back and forth. You collab, I collab, and we see what we come out with. And we were very happy with the final product, but importantly, he was as well. So that is always when, a concern of ours as well. We want to make sure the artists and the people that we're working with are happy and have enjoyed working with us as well.
That's wonderful. Yeah. So we're gonna do a rapid fire. Before we do that, and I wanted to thank you, Emily, for being here with us. And tell us, where can people find you?
Of course. Thank you so much, Ching, for having me. This has been so much fun and an awesome experience. You can find me on social media. My name, Emily Dinova, on Facebook. On Instagram, I go by Goddess of the Garlic. I also do a lot of cooking. So you can find me there. And G&E Productions.com. That is where you can find the rest of my work and my partner's work and everything we've collaborated on. But yeah, please connect with me, reach out, drop us an email through the website. We're always looking for people to work with. So yeah,
Oh, thank you so much. Yeah. So
thank you.
for our audience, you can check all the information in the description below. And I'm Ching Juhl. I've been doing this program for almost 4 years now. I have interviewed 268 times.
We need to clap for that.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, now my time is, it used to be Wednesday afternoon. Now I'm doing on Friday afternoon, 5 p.m. Eastern time. So come back to check this program. Pretty much every week we do one show. Sometimes I talk about filmmaking or music by myself. Yeah, so solo show sometimes. And what else? Yeah, please, if you like this channel, please subscribe it or click that bell, or yeah, and do all of these things, and you can get more notification from my program. What else? Another thing is, I told Emily earlier, mm, briefly, that I my latest film work was a long 90-minute feature documentary called My Yan Gan Diary, and it's about people, grassroots movement, how they supported a presidential candidate. It's a good time to see, because right now we're in the midst of election, and I think the people's power is very important. Yeah. And also, please see that on Amazon Prime, also on Tubi. Tubi is free. Yeah. All right. Great. So let's do rapid fire. So what's rapid fire is, I ask a question and Emily's going to answer. And those questions are now terribly intellectual.
I'm ready for it. I'm ready for a break.
Okay, you ready?
Mm.
Okay. All right. What's your favorite food?
Linguine and clam sauce.
Favorite color?
Green.
What is your favorite top 3 movies?
Oh my gosh. Oh, that's so hard. Quills. I'm like looking around. Just my favorite. Quills is my favorite movie. I could watch it every day.
Quail. Okay.
Quills.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. If I ask you to sing a aria right now, which one you would like to sing?
Oh, Quando Menvo from Madame Butterfly.
What is it like? Well, just hum the melody for me.
Quando me vo solletta I love you. I don't know what I'm
Whoa!
talking about. No.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
I was just messing
Yeah.
around.
It's beautiful. Listen to her. We should have you sing a whole concert.
Oh my God. Only if
Yeah,
you play.
I play the violin or
You play, I'll
viola.
sing.
Yeah. So you're a soprano,
Yes.
right? Oh, okay. Because Brahms wrote a piece for alto, viola, and piano.
I can do alto too. I have
Oh yeah.
3.5 octave range I can do.
Oh, awesome. Yeah.
So we'll
Right.
collab.
Collab. Okay. Continue. If you had a chance to have dinner with 3 person, not at the same time, dead or alive, who would you like to have dinner with?
Ooh, that's really difficult too. I'm like the most indecisive, awful person to ask these questions to.
You can think about dead ones.
I'll think about it. Dead ones. Oh, I guess Shakespeare.
Oh,
That
okay.
would be definitely one.
Yeah.
Maybe like
Renaissance.
one of those crazy like pirate women who like ruled the seas like back in the day, like some, like first female to like, run a pirate ship or something like that.
Oh, don't let me forget. Today
Mm.
is International Women's Day.
It is.
Happy Women's Day.
Happy Women's Day to you
Yeah.
too.
Okay,
Yeah.
you named 2, right?
Mm-hmm.
One more.
And maybe can it be like a fictional character?
Sure.
Oh, maybe I give up. I give up. I
Okay.
had just too many. I can't be
No.
put on the spot this way.
No, okay. All right.
I'm the worst. I'm sorry, Ching.
Yeah. No. The political correct answer is having dinner with Nora Armani.
Nora, yes, that is the answer. Nora, I hope we have dinner together soon.
Nora, are you listening? Anyway, she's too busy listening to us.
Thanks for that freebie.
Yeah. Okay, what else? What is your favorite junk food?
Ooh, ice cream, coffee ice cream with chocolate chips or spicy nacho Doritos. Those I know.
Wow. That sounds yummy. Yeah.
Right?
So, have you been travel a lot? What's the next country or city you want to go?
There's so many, but I would like to visit Ireland, and Korea. Those are probably my top 2 at this point, for sure.
Beautiful. Yeah.
Yeah.
And all right. So, what is your ideal date? Romantic
Ideal date.
date.
Ooh, books. Bring me somewhere with books. Maybe
Oh,
like
that's
a
so
nice
nerdy.
Yeah, nice. You have to feed me very well, and you have to give me books. I like spontaneous things. I like like an outdoor concert or like anything on the water, as long as I don't have to like kill or clean anything. Like if I'm just on a boat somewhere, I'm very happy. Some kind of sailing, that would be nice.
That's nice. That's nice. Sounds good. Sounds good. Beach girl. All right.
Mm.
So, are you a coffee person or tea person?
Both coffee in the morning, tea at night.
I can relate to that. Yeah.
Right?
Great. All right. So I think we're good. And thank you so much. And
Thank you.
do you want me to ask you a question?
Do you have more questions? You've asked me so many questions.
Ask me a question about ask you a question. Anyway, yeah, that's so fun. Yeah. All right. So you guys seriously go see Emily's film on Sunday at noon. I if I can, I cannot say 100% I will go, but I'll look at my schedule. That'll be so much fun to see
Okay,
you
well,
in
you let me know
Japan.
your ideal date, and then we'll either go get coffee or tea.
Okay. All right. Great.
All right?
Okay. Both. Yeah.
Oh, both.
Turkish coffee. I like Turkish coffee. Yeah.
Oh,
All right.
okay.
Yeah. Thank you so much. And thank you
Thank you,
for
Ching.
our audience, Shark Fan and
Thank you,
Lewis,
guys.
CJ, and more people who are listening at home. or in your car, or yeah, so watch this playback again, and yeah, take care of yourself, and until next time, so long.
Thank you.
Bye. Bye
Bye.
bye. I'm gonna end this stream.